is in. You want me to bring him out? Okay. Wow. He has an ag rob from 2012, another ag rob from 2015, a continuous family violence that was just dismissed today.
Hold up, case dismissed today? This is courtroom whiplash at its finest. Ever wonder how many twists one record can hold? Keep watching because it gets even messy, eh?
So that makes it, the continuous was for the two AFMs that he was charged with on, these two. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. They're from the same day. It looks like the same transaction. It's his mom and dad is how I read it in the
So did he allegedly beat up mom and dad?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's why it's two. So someone mistakenly just put it two together and charged as a felony?
Actually, on the penal code, Judge, it's continuous. The way that you bring two people, even the same day, is continuous. But it was refiled, so that's immaterial now.
Is this what you wanted to be two misdemeanors? And
So I wasn't on the felony. I was just trying to figure out what was happening because we had the two misdemeanors from the same transaction as the continuous. So now that I know it's being dismissed, it makes more sense.
Speak English, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. You are Enrique Alvarez.
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez, you're charged with 2 counts of assault. You're facing assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail on each of those cases and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On March 30th, 2024, officers were dispatched to address for a disturbance call. They spoke with Ms. Alvarez, defendant's father, who had injuries to both sides of his face, a swollen eye, and blood on his jacket. The complaining witness, his mother, had a scrape on her right elbow and a bruise on her calf. There was blood on the driveway and on both of the complaining witness's clothes. Defendant's father lives at the residence. He advised the defendant asked him for $1, and the complainant told him to get to work. The defendant went outside and knocked over a potted plant. The complaining witness.
All of this for $1.
This is where you pause and ask, how does a simple dollar escalate to bruises, blood, and jail time? The court sees a trigger, but we're staring at a ticking time bomb of unresolved anger.
Started fighting, so she attempted to stop the fight. Defendant kicked her in the leg and pushed her to the ground, and she felt pain.
Mr. Alvarez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with this, both of your cases. Sam, where do we go from here?
Just would like a bond set because there's no bond set at this point. And he's been in custody for, I believe, the last 3 months on the continuous.
Wow, really?
Yes. So I think we're going to have to figure out what it is we want to do on this.
It's jail.
Well, I just been doing my.
Just, you have some serious anger issues, man. I don't know why. You have an ag rob, another ag rob. You had that continuous. Got to do some soul searching, Mr. Alvarez.
Yes, sir.
That attitude or the anger, all it does is lead you to jail. Over $1 leads you to now 3 months of your life have been ruined for $1. I would hope that you do some soul searching back there so that we can get to the root of the problem so that you stop coming back. I don't know. What do you guys think as far as a bond? Pavel?
You understand what request final each? Surety.
We would ask for PR bond.
I'm not going to grant a PR bond. I just, you scare me, Mr. Alvarez, really. You do, because with the prior 2 ag robs, and it's mom and dad, really. How many times they change your diaper? How many times they put up with you? Really? I'll set it at 3,000 each. Yeah. Mr. Alvarez, I don't know if you're going to bond out, okay? But if you do, you're not to have contact with your mother or your father. I'm also going to issue orders for protection on each of those of your mom and dad. So if I can get this thing to work. So Pedro Alvarez And Maria Garcia de Alvarez, they're both now will be identified as protected individuals. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against them. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. Sam, tell me, has there not been a bond in the felony cases?
It was set at 60,000, I believe.
Okay.
And he did not make it.
Right. Do you have anyone to bond you out now, Mr. Alvarez?
I've been given his sister's number. He says that I think she's the best person I have to get in touch with, but he doesn't think she'll be able to make it.
You know, these are things that you have to think about before making a move when you're out in the free world. If I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? If you don't have anyone in this world that's going to bond you out, is it worth it?
This line hits different. It's not just about law, it's about life choices. Would you risk your freedom over pride, rage, or a dollar? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This courtroom story is a wild ride.
To TRAS, let's see what they say. What would be the best way of going through this thing? You know, I don't want to keep you in there forever. That's not the goal of here. We don't like to just keep people in jail, but we need to get to the root of the problem to figure out where the anger stems from. Once we get to that and figure out and deal with it, then you can go ahead and live your life and work, make money, and perhaps get married and have kids, you know. But the last thing we want is you to get out there in the real world and, God forbid, have a child and release on that child. That's not what we want. So let's address this anger issue. Let's get to it. And if they have a proper diagnosis, and if you're honest with them, because that's what it takes, be honest with them. Speaking of which, on the honest TRAS, is he here today? Frazier?
You have them back there.
Okay, so we need Mr. Brooker. Hopefully he'll show up, yeah. Be honest, and then we can work something to get you out and deal with all these issues, huh? But if I see that you're honest, it's not gonna go well, because we have this issue with another inmate now where we had a TRAS and it came back and it was completely just, we know it's bogus.
Okay.
Work it, be honest, and then I'll help you out, Mr. Alvarez.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, so let's expedite it now so we don't just have him sit and
I'll
wait.
do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I only see one and so we can worry.
So do you mind, there's only a mo-up on one of the cases. Can you file it on the second one, please?
All right.
Okay.
I'm on this way, Mr. Chair.